democracy. Now salon so we the support. Within our province, National Commission for Democracy. Now salon so we the support. Positive participation in governance. Now salon. National Commission for Democracy. Now salon so we the support.
Fambule Mauduo, this now you civic education program where they for promote democratic good governance na salon. We they call them NCD HOUR, and they come to you courtesy of the National Commission for Democracy, NCD. And inside today program, one for try for look at what you say, what one call understanding the role of the electoral process in the promotion of sustainable democratic good governance in Sierra Leone. In other words, how important this still they call election be for make we push democracy go before. And when you consider say term not far again for make we really get we elections where the date will then fix now March 7, 2018, you go on for ask some questions whether in fact as a country we really prepare and ready for make March 7 be a reality. Just stay with we go come for examine that particular topic day today. But of course, we get a few other things we will bring come to you before we go to the discussion proper. But inside the studio today, for help me, for make we talk around the issues, I get the head of the National Commission for Democracy. His name na Dr. Abubakar Kagbo. Doc na for tell Fambole Audio.
Fambol unakusheo.
That's na Dr. Abubakar Kagbo, the head of the National Commission for Democracy, himself in our studio, for Rob Mott. The important issues here, so they come for discuss inside the program. Also, I get with me a young, talented Sierra Leonean. We get the interest of this nation at heart. A name na Charlie Israel Williams. Mr. Williams, I will tell Fambule Audio.
Fambule Audio, and thank you for joining me.
Okay. And we expect one more guest. We expect say somebody from NEC, but they with we himself go give NEC their own position about the preparedness for March 7, 2018. Well, me will bring the program come to you, mean a Reverend Jibrila Kagbo. Make sure say you be part of what's in the happen. As you watch this program, we will say something where probably you get concerned about, and you want for make comments or ask questions. You could send your text message to the number also 077-581-457, or you go send them to 079236761. The number again say you will send your text message na 077-58-1457, or you go send them to 079236761. They push the program go before. Like I tell you, before we go to the program proper, I want to give you updates about NCD activities. And I want to tell you what the Constitution say. And afterwards, my panelists then go give them pick on current affairs, waiting that then take for this week. And then we will now go to the discussion proper on that topic when we announce the role of the electoral process in terms of pushing with democracy go before. Well, for the updates for this moment, we want to make Fambul them know say NCD don't sign the letter of agreements with the United Nations Development Program for implement a project in relation to the 2018 electoral cycle. And also, NCD don't sign an MOU with Artists for Peace Sierra Leone. Again, in readiness for implement that project they will talk about, whether UNDP the sponsor and a day but the 2018 electoral cycle. And also NCD, the management of NCD will pay courtesy call to the management of the Human Rights Commission, even as we try for foster stronger ties for make to collaborate very well and push good governance work go before this country. Well, that's Naim we get for today in terms of updates from the National Commission for Democracy. We dey push the program go before, and the next aspect now for tell you what the Constitution say. And usually inside this program, because we business now for educate the masses on the content of the Constitution, we can always give you portion of the Constitution where we will left you to make you to think about. And for this week, we perspective on the Constitution, or what did the Constitution say, they come from sections 31 and 33 of Act number 6 of 1991. The 1991 Constitution, as well then call them in technical terms, Act number 6 of 1991. And section 31 say, every citizen of Sierra Leone, being 18 years of age and above, and of sound mind, shall be entitled to be registered as a voter for the purposes of public elections and referenda. And section 33 say, subject to the provisions of this Constitution, the Electoral Commission shall be responsible for the conduct and supervision of the registration of voters for and of all public elections and referenda, and for that purpose shall have power to make regulations by statutory instruments for the registration of voters, the conduct of presidential, parliamentary, or local government elections and referenda, and other matters connected therewith, including regulations by for voting by proxy. Of course, that's idea will not reach date for vote by proxy. For now, we know say NEC now get the responsibility, as they call them, that this section of the Constitution, the Electoral Commission, for make sure so they register everybody. We don't reach that age for vote. And of course, we all know what's in the happen at the country right now. We know say small draw on there in terms of whether in fact the register don't fully ready. Well, we'll come to the discussion proper. We go raise the issues and they will be really kind of responsible come out for them thing and day. So Fambo, I remind you say you did on the civic education program where they for promote democratic good governance, where they come to you through NCD, where we call NCD HOUR. And not forget, like I tell you, say can be part of the program. As you listen to the issues that they raise, send your text message to the number also 07758 1457, or you can send it to 079 236761. I want for turn the mic to my panelists there now. Then Seth will give you them pick on waiting and then call the current affairs for today. Make us start with Dr. Kagbo. Doc, what are you want to take for today on current affairs?
Thank you very much. I feel say I will take something where go even reflect the topic we can talk today.
Okay.
We concern what we will call pan philosophy, speculative politics. Mean something, mean politics, and either they channel this or facilitate this the social media. Whether they say like how we in the country, so for let somebody mean something and not get the sort of crux of the matter, the thing where they talk, and not see them, and not observe them, and not say not true, now then say itself it talk something. How will they affect politics and how they affect the nation? Particularly a nation where a bulk of the people not understand the mechanics of politics. Where quick, they're not being taken away by other consideration. Because they don't understand any word where they read from the radio, any word where anything they get from the social media, they take up for saying a given truth. Then go pass them. And when they pass them now the country, you find out see they create security threats, and they create instability. People and they begin sort of wondering and be insecure. They say go begin talk something. I mean, they near Poda station. Waiting I hear people and they talk, but the country now and the sort of elections where they come, you know, it tells say people they just jittery, they just get afraid way unfounded. But outside that sort of information they come out from, the social media don't help for spread this. And if politics for go, how if for go, and what if for mean, if it be based on a refined population we understand, people will not just say things just because they want well. I'll give an example of things. Now, very recently I read that music where they talk say president don't sell diamond. You know, you can't do that. You go pull big music where music will not say my channel where it is spread. It is spread news. So if that thing that news is false, it don't sort of poison the minds of the people then. That's one. It's not fair. You know, and some of the other things that people then they concoct, then they put together just for letting create instability in terms of the minds of the people then, not to real politics, Sandy. Politics no mix pan ben. You know, because at the end of the day, now the people then get for decide who that get for win an election. Politics no mean say you for malign other person, you for cut other person, you for lie pan them, you for pull them down so that you will come. Not so. If politics come out from the minds of the people, if they reflect the interests of the people, if they reflect say what the people they want now for be, then the other lie them will for try for counter them. For try for counter, if not counter them, so we people that will not understand real politics, they poison their mind. So man now they decide say election time you know what in this country. Why? What you don't see? What you don't hear? You know, so then thing that they will for try and social media, although it constitutes what man call human rights, but human rights the freedom of speech. But let me tell you, freedom of speech gets in your limit. You know, what man and put on that freedom of speech there, it there for let you talk what if for talk within the law. What do you for do within the law? They don't say that just speculate. You mean, you talk something. When you talk something, it hurts other people them. When it hurts other people them, it creates, you know, instability. And the constitution get them. When you they try for do something where they create instability, the constitution they against them. Even in the production, in terms of the radio, in terms of television, in terms of newspaper, in terms of social media, you go bring a kind of anything we go talk, we go destabilize the minds of the people. It's wrong. That's not politics. You know? So this I bring account today because the atmosphere now getting in the country, if people not get their mindset right, possibly don't know what it happen, it will be a victim of their speculation here. Speculative politics. Philosopher then those days, when they get speculative philosophy, now thing where then they observe to themselves, then begin think. Till they see that thinking they go to objective reality. That's in the media no they to for spread them. Because media as soon as they begin speculate, they don't spread them. Whether not true now or lie, at the end I found out for say they go don't damage things before they can look for say not to true not be lie. So we have to, we don't get 100% sort of surety for stop them, but for mitigate them. People they won't understand, for make sure say the media self come out and make sure say they reduce then speculation yeah. We're not healthy. It's not healthy to the state. The state in health it depends upon the people. What they say, what they do, and how they do them. We say soup go sweet at the end based on what you don't put there. But not only what you don't put there, now how you put them, the sequencing of them things that we put at the end, we boil for well, we come, you get a good soup. But if you put an bottle butter upside down, then at the end you don't get better soup. You don't get a confusion. And the state, not for peace so. The state, when they say the state, now a sort of an environment where characterized by at least stability, security. It unlike the state of nature. Where all man they go and fet, like say law no day. But now law day, now everything day. So let we make sure say we behave like good citizens, we go address the situation them objectively. So that we not create more stir in the minds of the people, because now the people learn that they get for go vote. And they get for do this thing. So do ya na in a million sort of pick for this week.
Okay, plenty thank you to Dr. Kagbo. He raised very important issues. We of course putting it in perspective. Now how we supposed to behave for make we get a society where stable. Insofar as security issues are concerned. they start for talk about speculative politics and the danger we involved in it. We go result in unfounded fear, and tell we say we need a refined population we go push this country in business go before, that we for avoid anything that we will call false news. And of course, fingers are pointed towards social media when a day as they speculate no more, begin mean waiting to happen, then don't spread them, and so they go around, waiting not get any foundations, if we not get any basis, people will begin peddle them. And then they create a lot of problems. We want a society where peace day. We want a society where a devoid of serious security threats. We want a society who say we're not going to allow for make instability reign through speculation, but we need to focus on the objective reality for make we push the governance process that this country go before. And it takes the people of the country, those that are in governance, those that are being governed, all man for come and fully involved for ensure say we country not be seen in a bad light. One for say play thank you to Dr. Kagbo, as he don't take time for present the issues and they in a manner we very accurate and precise. Make I take Mr. Williams your own pick for this week. I don't know something I comment you want for comment and waiting. Dr. Kagbo don't say you want for say something
well,
different.
I think so I want for comment briefly on waiting Doc say.
Okay.
This speculative propaganda, we call them speculative propaganda. I just want to say a few things. Sometimes it's difficult for prevent them.
Yeah,
I remember
definitely.
in the American elections, you know, this aspect of Clinton, FBI get for investigate them and all. I mean, and at the end of the day, the FBI say, no, well, we don't get anything for investigate. But already some harm been already been done. So I think say also when there is a gap, you know, in terms of communicating, people can take advantage when there is a gap. Then that space there where the gap they create, and they can try for utilize. So the media also get a role for play for ensure say, you know, we make the people know what they're supposed to know. This aspect of what we call investigative journalism. You know, we journalists for able to go and ask and get information, you know, do research and things. So then we're able to inform the people at all times, you know. So, you know, the danger with that gets the fact say, sometimes before they come for address the issue, it don't already cause harm. And the way we come today now, we really don't want a situation where we go back outside we come out. You know, if we go back outside we come out, then definitely I wonder how long it will take we forget we self together and make progress. So that's my comment on that aspect. Me take really, I just want for make we know say we still live with the effects of natural disaster. We still get people them way don't suffer from flood and mudslide. Government still try for see how they can, you know, bring comfort to them and all. You get picking we lost parents and all. So up till now we get the impact. But also we never forget say, you get the side where disaster not be it, where people still there. You might say, well, this season don't come to an end almost. This is September, you know, October go kanji snow and all. But we also for members say, well, now we deal with one aspect we don't hit we country, and up till today, as I say, in fact, recently I think say, you know, so we understand say the Western camp will establish now a school facility. So you imagine say, well, if school get for open, waiting will happen. So you see, one aspect now is coming to affect another. So then thing and they happen. And but I still want for the emphasis on the fact say we still get people within a certain place waiting can be, and also make the country take a break first for address to them, address the problem. So we for move away, not wait until, you know, Ebola came over a year or so. It killed, you know, how many thousand people. This time just in fact it's not one day, just in couple of yeah, you see thousands of people, you know, being displaced, you know, killed and all of that. So I think say important for make we also know say we get for take responsibility now and not wait tomorrow for begin fell that for blame. I hate that blame game. I went to the pan of this country.
Okay. Plenty thank you to Mr. Williams as he don't presents to we in pick for the week in terms of current affairs. And after I don't comment on Chairman in concerns that we raise, he also now focus attention on what he call the effect of natural disaster. And the emphasis really now for say, for now, even though it might appear as if we are out of the woods, we still need to take responsibility, especially for those in disaster-prone areas. You know, while you talk, Mr. Williams, you just make a reflect on the fact, say, when this thing happens, we'll put together a press release as a commission. And we try for, we express condolence to the people that we suffer in this whole thing. But at the same time, we remind for, say, we get responsibility for avoid a repeat of this situation by avoiding those places. For goodness sake, like I say, you don't want to wait till other thing happen again and you blame other person. When nobody not go force you to come billion so. Like you take it upon yourself. Even when you don't say illegal, you still go. But now when things go bad, we look for people for blame. A Ministry of Lands, a Ministry of Soap. Some people in this country will build hosts and don't get permit self.
Yeah.
So all the realities end of the day. And these are bad. These are areas where they don't mark out. Say they are disaster-prone areas. But you see, because we know say government get responsibility, and at the end of the day, everything get for go back to government. You need for make government take action.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like when criminal pull parable, go to get for tooth. If you are like going inside Porto, they get for carrier. So now that they affect government. So. Yes. If government refuse for take action now, the blame will go back to government.
Yeah.
And for me, it's a painful reality where year in, year out to the face with any kind of situation. And so. But anyway, we appeal to every Sierra Leonean for say we get a responsibility, like how Mr. Williams said.
Yeah.
For make we not see the things that are rain don't begin subside, so we go back to business as usual. I think Chairman wants to say something.
Yeah. Well, sir, in this connection, waiting me they say government for intensify sensitization.
Okay.
You see, mortal man, we very difficult for understand and accept a particular behavior, even if it's good, even if it can go heaven, you go find out to say it's difficult for we. But if every day we dey sensitize, we dey buffet the people and with good sensitization for change them, because when you change them, you get a good citizenry, people them. If I say you dey not minimize them kind thing they are. Some man go say, say no, this place is not good. It's not good for stay. You for come on your heart for decide that. But that if you don't get that sense, if you don't get that knowledge there. But some people now we don't get the knowledge. To God, if you tell us enough for be illegal, if you to say you know I see better one. So the sensitization aspect, the information should go down to the people, and it will be vigorous and aggressive in terms of everyday thing. Now that I can say, let them give me the tool as National Commission for Democracy. Let we get the tool for let we able for sensitize the people, because we get the capacity in terms of the people, but not get the capacity in terms of the resource system. Motoka for go round for begin tell people every day about one thing. They must listen. But if you don't get them, believe me, they go say truck you one box, but they aren't short. But for sensitize the people, very, very core to governance itself. Governance, now the people in mind. Governance not the way they come up from heaven. Now the people in your practical activity. Practical activity they go with the knowledge. If you don't get the knowledge for translate them to reality, to the if you get bad knowledge, now bad way they behave. But if you get good knowledge, they behave in a good way. But that good knowledge, they also they come up from. They come from sensitization, education. Now for that yesterday, what they saying that yesterday the International Literacy Day, and then stress. The minister stress the need. He stress the necessity of education, and we please say people they go to school now, but people learn. We hope in the near future we go able to bridge that gap between the one who not go school and the one that will go school. Because when people understand, they go behave in the proper way. Now, presumption, But again, sensitization go come for there, we guide them. But definitely sensitization, let us can say, na easy thing. Governance no dey come by chance. Governance dey come through practical education. Education, na there they begin first. Civic education, you get civic responsibility. And when you get that one, believe me, you don't fortify yourself as a human being for day in the public in the right way. But if you not get them to go, you know, inside the public gates because you're not going to do the right thing. And when you do the right thing, the state not go high for go. You not go 90% or you not go 100% or, but the state, if you get good citizen through education, then go behave well. And when they behave well, they will accept laws were good for the country. Then you go see stability, you go see peace and harmony.
Well, thank you to Dr. Kagbo, sounding very passionate there, and may emphasize the importance of education, that is civic education by way of sensitization. That with all of what's in the happen, so we need to intensify the way how they reach out for tell the public about what's right and what's wrong. And it's still for doing vigorously, for doing aggressively. But one thing we emphasize, we also need to pay attention to, the resources are lacking. We need them. We need the tools for making for push civic education go before this country. So many things that they happen, all right. But it takes an informed citizenry through civic education for change the mindset, we generate the kind of action them we see and make we country go bad. So therefore, the kind of appeal, we need them tools then they. And we'll get them, we will do more. In the meantime, we continue for the waiting day within we reach for do. As we hope say the situation will change. Fumble, you day on the civic education program where they for promotes good governance inside Salone. And we call them NCD HOUR. They come to you, court to the National Commission for Democracy. You self can be part of waiting they happen. Send your text message to 077-581457, or you can send them to 079236761. You self go be part of waiting they happen. Well, they move to the next segment of our program, whether the discussion proper, and today we say, one for try for understand the role of the electoral process in the promotion of democratic good governance in Sierra Leone. In other words, how important election business be for make with democracy all water. And well, I want to start the discussion by bringing in Dr. Kagbo, make him help we make we understand generally from the theoretical side before come to the practical business. How important election business be for make democracy team up?
Well, thank you very much. You see, if societies don't exist, where one man will just come and grab, he say, "Na me na ruler," or people then grab say, "Na who the rule na today?" Arbitrarily, then society then we say they're not democratic, because when we talk about democracy, we talk about the people the way they in a particular entity. Then go, they sit down, then choose somebody, or then choose a group of people for rule them. Then people then they get the entrance legitimacy. That is, then go inside the proper way, because then go there, then they seek the interest of the people the way they govern. The people the way then they govern want for them they for the specific time where they put them there, let them go do waiting. Then the people want for the governors then do for them. We can do them before now. Okay, go do them by selection, but now the popular thing are for vote. So election come for vote, and that voting process they give all man chance. All man will feel say he go able, he get the power for rule. So they form what they call political parties. When they form the political parties here, you get like-minded people then. When they support the party in thinking, that then various parties in thinking, you join. Then the pluralism now come inside, all man get chance, all man get in box. And you the people them, una say get the chance for choose who that una want. Then they conk you, then they kick you, then they curse you, then they force you. You they go, and it not open ballot to you they go outside person they see you, because if they make an open, people they go afraid. So you go secretly go put for who that you want. When you go put for who that you want, them count, then see who that win, they announce the win and say, you don't win. The people that will win, and the one that will lose, the one will win, he win for the one that will lose, because the one will lose himself, then go bring and come inside, because himself they part of the state. But now the importance of election is that the people then get the right for put what they want, and when they put people the way they want, you get the electoral legitimacy, that you get the entrance legitimacy, that is, you don't go inside. That means outside you there under, now people then put you there. You get legitimacy, and when you get legitimacy, you get authority then. The people don't give authority through when they vote you in. So you don't get right for daily until the term when they put you there for. Give me 4 years, give me 5 years, you know, so that you go daily. But the importance is that it will reduce conflict. Gone are the days when na fet and effect for put somebody, now na through the ballot box. Peacefully, and it will be transparent, it will be free, fair. You understand? Without any violence. So election is very, very important. Because if they put somebody the way they don't want, then it don't affect the nation, it don't affect socio-economic development, then it don't sort of bring about insecurity. Because it will always bring problem. Therefore, it is believed that when you have a popular vote for a popular party, you have a popular government, you go down sort of mitigate conflict situation. Then you go down bring about the possibility for socio-economic development in the country. So elections are very, very important. Very, very important, and a core sort of tenet for democratic good governance. Now, one of the structures in one day, when I first they come, electoral sort of consolidation. That is, now first they come, before you get all the other consolidation, before ever you get the institutions there, before ever you get the civic culture coincide, all NCD. So the electoral consolidation, now they come first, through elections. Free, fair elections, when the people, they say they vote without any force, then decide whether they want to rule. Who would have to rule them. You understand? And when they don't decide whether to rule them, then people, they decide they get the legitimacy, they with authority, but then rule the country and bring about socio-economic development. If you're not there, otherwise, it could be chaos and anarchy. Now, for that, elections are the best for sort of mitigate conflicts in the country. And at the first stage down there, where a country they take, they elect the rulers them. When they elect the rulers them, then they will go forward peacefully.
Okay. Plenty thank you to Dr. Kagbo, as he don't tell you how important election business be inside this democracy where we talk about say na ain't go make with democracy all water. And one key point we raise that the fact say through elections we get what you call entrance legitimacy. Democracy don't evolve over the years. Now we get what you could call representative democracy, so people that need for vote for the representative for make them they give them authority where they go continue for govern the nation. And they talk about the important way party politics they play inside this whole election business. That like-minded people will come together and decide, say, this is what we stand for, and people go take them on the basis of that and say, okay, now this party we want, or now party X we want, etc., etc. And they say the atmosphere will for characterize this process. If it be one way coercion on the inside if we avoid all forms of anarchy and chaos. It say in fact it's supposed to be free, fair, and it will be free from violence. It talks in fact for avoid all of them in and day. That is why the two way they emphasize that they are in this situation and for say now for do the election through secret ballot. We go mean say nobody not go afraid because you want to go inside. You choose your candidate. At the end of the day, then put that kind of result together. It says something when you get a popular government will come into existence by popular vote. It means say you go down reduce all of the possibility for make trouble in the country. And that kind of thing you want for continue for seeing in the country. So we tell Dr. Kagbo plenty thank you. But Mr. Williams, what can bring you inside this thing? Somebody where they on this program will say, Dr. Kagbo, you don't talk fine. That is the ideal situation what you expect. But what is the practical reality? Do we really attach so much importance to elections and say now the most ideal means for make we get enterprise legitimacy into governance? If you say we serious about that?
Well, make a look at them this way. Sometimes they way, like Doc been stress the aspect of education. Sometimes they work in here, some people they say, we tire ourselves, in fact, we not get for vote. They wonder what thing and they say. If everybody say we tire, we not go vote, then it means we are saying we don't need people for govern we.
Okay.
Because we cannot give up on the election process in any state. If people they give up on the election process in any state, then it's like they are giving up on the aspect of governance itself. So we need for do more for make people know say for vote, not only a right, as far as me see for vote within a democracy, for vote not only a right, but a duty.
It's part of the civic duties of the citizen.
It is. So as a citizen, it's a duty, not only a right, where you go say, well, I can choose for exercise or not. For me, I think it's a duty. Because within the state, you may not benefit directly from politicians as we see nowadays. Some people want for that benefit directly. That is why sometimes they say, but left we are that man, the way they don't do for we. A parliamentarian, for example, people they expect them for build bridges and do things. We're not in function, not in role landing. We see a lot of that. Some people like community, they when they pronounce you say you know MP, they don't get maslasi and church. Outside and they go seek help and waiting. But that is it. But the bottom line, you get for ensure say, then you get people then where they take care of the affairs of state. So that at least, in as much as not to direct benefit you want, but you want for benefit through the system, where the state they produce. So for me, the aspect of people saying, oh, well, we don't think so, we'll go vote. So in fact, we're not going to register and all that. For me, I think saying they breach a duty of care.
Okay.
I mean, in law, we go to call duty of care. So for me, I think say every citizen owe the state that duty there for be part of the election process. Because we need for elect people we can see after we affairs. And that make anybody when they take part by elections, when they vote, we say no to in business, you not get no right for grumble, you not get right for even participate for talk, but anything, you not for criticize, and not even for feel bad where things go wrong in the country, because you not ever take part. Okay, having said that, the aspect of election, where most people can they say, una wait for we, una wait the day when they go vote. Most people can miss out. It is not that day alone where you wake in the morning, you go say a vote. Election get to call pre-election processes. We get election and then post-election.
Okay.
For example, in Sierra Leone, what we do right now, from the time where they announce date for election, to which side we do so now. Now pre-election process we do also. And I can always tell people one thing. If we miss pre-election, if we don't get a right at pre-election, then I don't think say me get guarantee for give anybody say we go get election right. Pre-election is so important. The aspect we get for do with giving out a date for election, the aspect we get for do with registration of voters, okay, and all that in and they get a lot for do with the election itself. So we not just concentrate on election, but then process is here so much important. If we see we miss them, then election, I mean, not gonna make sense at all. Okay. And the pre-election also they prepare we for make at the end of the day when they announce election result, people not come on and treat and say we don't agree or waiting. So I think say these are some of the things where we for the consider now, talk about now, and make all the noise about so that we get assurance say, oh, come elections, March 2018, it go be well for Salah.
Okay. Well, Doc, you go coincide with your comment, but probably one for put them here so again in perspective. Mr. Williams is say it's so important for make we focus attention on the pre-election processes. Now, what I want for probably make we talk about, wouldn't them people also we actually involved for make we get all NCD HOUR right, and how prepared them people also don't be, or how them be, probably based on say your institution we get and the constitution itself, what it say. Yes, Doc.
Well, of course, you guys stakeholders a way for ensure, say, they translate the constitution into objective reality pertaining to holding of elections.
Okay.
Of course, you get electoral management bodies them. Like, for example, NEC, PPRC, you get parliament, of course, you get government itself. You understand? If civil society can, they then adjust a backup. But then people, yeah, just like waiting, the brother just say, where the government don't declare the time, say 7th of March 2018. Registration for don't begin. We don't make sure say all the processes we get for do registration of the people then we get for vote, depending on voters register, etc., etc. After they don't get the legitimacy from parliament, then they go on. And that process there is as equal as the results of the election. We always say the process is as equal as the product. If the process then flaw, then the product no go come fine. Which is why we need for ensure as a people say the processes we go through, we for go through them within the law, the framework of the law, so that at the end it will come out very, very well, and nobody would say, oh, this thing let me do more, let me do fine, or let me do this, you know, so that it will come out fine. Forget a sort of a situation where the product will come out fine. So it's very, very important. So therefore, the stakeholders then were responsible for being more proactive, be vigilant, for make sure say the processes then go on. This should be against the backdrop of the EMB then get waiting and forget. I can remember a philosopher who say, let them give a place for let it stand. It will move the world.
So we say them forget, what you really
they should be capacitated.
Okay.
If you can understand, then you can forgive them the capacity, or if you can forgive them the sort of the injection, where for make let them well, let them go do them work well. You know, I just use that euphemism there. You will save resources for let them get them adequately, so that they say no grumble say this and this not there, and therefore the process is it could be delayed, it could be flawed, it could be half done, etc. You understand? I'm not saying it could be 100% done. So no go say it will be 100% done, but at least the stakeholders for team up, it should be a systemic sort of process for them and get that sort of product they will talk. So the stakeholders therefore sort of be more proactive for make sure say this particular pre-election period where they characterize the preparation of the voters register and all the other things, be it the place where who for go vote, the polling stations, them, the people who for take part in polling station, wherever for be, you know, the credibility of those people, and of course, the people that should man those polling stations should be not only credible, but should have that knowledge required. So if you get for teach them, if you get for give them any sort of a workshop for let them train them, they should be well trained, so that the processes will be so refined, and at the end the products will be good. This is very, very important. And for that go back, why we they ensure this? Because if now the people constitute the sovereign, if they get the country, because when you talk of geography, you talk of a state don't exist without the people. You don't get what they call terra nullius. You always get two sides, you get people there. If the people now the sort of core, then the people then exercise their sovereignty that day they will go vote. Even if some philosophers they say that the only time that every 5 years or every 4 years people will exercise their sovereignty, it depends, then they debatable. But at the time that they go show themselves, say yes, now we get the country. Okay. And this is what we want. So that process therefore be refined. So for enhance them and sort of make sure say we do the right thing.
Yes, thank you to Dr. Kagbo. You don't raise very important issues, Mr. Williams. Dr. Kagbo talked about the people that were involved. We call them the EMBs. And of course, you read the names that were mentioned. And he said everything will be done within the framework of the law. At the same time, he said let's take all the for team up for make the thing come out fine, because the process itself is as good as the product. We don't want tomorrow situation arise where somebody will say, no, I'm not being agree with this, and now for fix them. Looking at what's in the obtain right now, taking from among the AMBs, say we know say one day we're very key, that is the role NEC they play in this whole thing. You feel say NEC they up to the task in terms of how something for go looking at the law itself?
Okay, I want to put on this way.
Okay.
You know, sometimes in this country, when you come out from a particular position, when you take a particular position, it can tend for be say, you know, the side where things say that you view different from their own can tend for label you. Okay, but within me want for say, NEC for able on their own for assure the people and say we are in charge, we're on top of situation, we can deliver this, and but not only say that, but cause we allow we foresee and no say, oh yes, but if NEC can give you the confidence and give you the assurance, then but we not a see them, then we go be concerned.
So what is the reality on the ground? What's in you now? What's in your observation? They don't give you assurance? Is it as then they're showing also things?
I listened to NEC, the PR, recently, and it give assurance. In fact, when this issue of what's in called missing data, when it come up, they're able to explain. They say, well, missing data no mean say in no day.
Okay.
Mean say no exist. It exists, but we go take them now manually from we manual records.
But you have people who are protesting against that kind of thing.
I understand.
Does it contravene the law as it is now?
Well then, for the law tell we about a list, a register.
Okay. And we are not, I don't know, all these situations, like say, technology don't go ahead of the law.
Yes.
And now
yes.
people they pay attention to technology instead of the law.
Yes. So it's a register. Okay, a register. But then, if the register would be on a piece of paper, I remember in those days we they go to the site where we register and you go meet the list. And then you go check, you go watch it. Yes. So for me, whether it has to be a list where we all go to the station who's our register, we watch, we name them, or something we can find out on this internet or something, it is still the list.
Okay.
Yeah? But then that list gets deadline, get time wait for come out. So that's the aspect of accordance with
in terms of that timing, if you say NEC don't conduct themselves very well?
Well, I think say problem there in terms of timing.
Okay, so what is the problem?
The problem is, remember say, NEC is supposed to present that list on, was it last Monday? Last Monday, something like that. Okay, and then when that conference was called, they said they're not presenter. So then you go begin. But again,
you been take time for watch and press release for them put?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because inside the press release,
inside
the press release, they say, now that one could represent, you know, whatever not been there.
Okay.
You know, let me just talk. This is a technical thing.
Yeah.
Technology. You know, 100%. They give surety to any situation.
Okay.
If some of the machine malfunction, get some of the information, for retrieval, it become problematic. So now, they can see between the law and between the technology. What do you do? So that can play, that gap there na thing we for consider.
Yes, so I'm coming now, Reverend. The point me want for make now,
Okay.
the law is one thing. On this day, this thing should be available. But now it's not available. This, we dey talk about stakeholder situation now. What do we do? So instead of we looking at it, say, oh, they're not able to meet this timeline because of this, and bash the entire process and all, we should say, okay, this don't happen. Oh. How do we proceed? Waiting go happen now. And now that's going to lead me to the next process. Because as far as me concerned, as I repeat this again, if we not get pre-election right, we are resolved, we are settled, we are fine. Going beyond that place, go pose a challenge to this country.
Okay, make I bring in Dr. Kagbo. Make we probably go round up on that question there. With all of voting they obtain, do you think the March 7 day 2018 is challenged?
I don't feel so because they still work towards March 7, and all indication, all pointers that was March 7, and also into a fundamental way go bring about a critical situation for the beginner. For that, I don't speculate. If we speculate, then we go bring some situation we go bring indecisiveness. No, me feel say we work towards that. President don't declare, we work towards that. Political parties say they work, everybody, you know, we see different parties they come on, we see the politicking they go on, you know, so I don't see anything fundamental we go make afraid say election not go hold March 7 next year.
What's your view on that? You feel say the March 7 days is challenged based on what's in the happen currently?
The March 7 dates go only get challenged if we want for strictly go by some of the provisions we get for do it, this for the happen this term, this for don't be this term, and if for be this way and that. But if,
wait, I don't know, because this way you follow the Kenyan elections?
Yeah.
You see one I'll go call them something fundamentally new in the African landscape.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court reversing
the
decision of the Electoral Commission.
Yes.
For say this election will not hold, we nullify them, we're not going to do them back.
Yeah.
Because certain procedures were not followed.
Good.
Are we envisaging that kind of situation?
That is what I am saying. Because law is law.
Okay.
That is what we for understand. Law na law.
Okay.
I remember this whole discussion about dates. Remember? Date creates a whole lot of situation in this country. And people even been they say one day, just one day.
Now from when the problem starts.
Now that's how they say. Just one day.
When you listen to
people raise all sorts of things. That make how they say. Let we not rush into things and waiting. And then at the end of the day,
the mitigating
we get
circumstances.
problems.
You know what me they say? The law day, but the politics day. Politics now, not only in terms of party politics, so the way and manner where they go about certain things. Certain things might be a force majeure might come in. So what the law will say? So we can say politics precedes legality.
The interpretation of the law itself, how you interpret the law given the circumstances.
Exactly. Politics precedes legality.
Well, for me, I will put them this way, say, based on the issues they would raise, the March 7, 2018 date is not under any challenge. We are focused, and as a people, we hope say we go deliver the dividends of democracy. Fumble, you mean they on the civic education program, where they for push democratic good governance go before this country. And then we come to you, call to the National Commission for Democracy. Well, that's so we go round up for today. And I just want to remind you, say, you owe a duty to this nation, what we call Sierra Leone. If you're not a citizen of Sierra Leone, would you expect say that the only country this way you get where you will call your own? Make every effort for ensure say the right thing be done. Who say you day as an individual? Who say you day collectively? So that Sierra Leone go be a nation where everybody go look to for the right things. Well, until we meet again, I want to say plenty thank you to all the one them who make this program possible, even panelists then Dr. Kagbo, Mr. Williams, and even people behind the camera. Me will bring the program come to you in a Reverend Jibril Akabo, and they say God bless you till we meet again.
Positive participation in governance national commission on democracy. National so we dey support within our province. National commission on democracy. National so we dey support positive participation in governance national commission on democracy. National so we dey support within our province. National Commission for Democracy. Organization waiting this commission they begin up 1994 long before good government and democracy. National Commission for Democracy. They promote enhance and development. They promote democracy. They do it by civic education. They will help you follow your right.